below. It's a.
Oh my God, this is real. I thought I swear to God that he was saying something else when he was like, but it's MAGA mixology, and even a little JD Vance in the background there. He's got a little toy beach ball. Cool. So this is a book of booze that has, I guess, hey, I mean, if there's one thing the guy knows, if he's an expert in nothing else, certainly pissing himself in a basement. That's got to be one of his calling cards, right? Jeremy Hambly, the transphobic wizard of Rumble and YouTube, and someone who's had a lot of money troubles in the past. He's had a lot of trouble with his business ventures. If you're unaware, he started a news organization with Sydney Watson, and it did not do too well. And they had some financial trouble, and unfortunately, they're struggling a little bit with that. But I want to warn everybody, before you celebrate or you get too excited at the potential for Jeremy and the quartering here to potentially have gone fash and lost cash, you know, not woke and broke, just keep in mind, he does do this on a repeated basis. He does have a pattern of, just fucking up at the game of capitalism, or at least I would say most likely mismanaging vast amounts of money, because he does make fucking bank, and then afterwards demanding that his audience bail him out. Sometimes it's in the form of, well, you guys will never believe this, but unfortunately I've been unfairly attacked, I think by Antifa, or guys, it's just so hard. I'm getting shadow banned on YouTube, and it's probably because of like the woke coming after me because I tell you guys the truth, and that's really sad. And then it's usually just here's how you can sign up to my my letterhead or my news. Like he starts email threads he wants you to sign up for, or he's just like, you really have to go and support me on this other alternative website so we can fundraise more money to help me through these hard times. So I have no idea what this one is, but I'm going to assume it's going to be along that, because again, he just does this every couple months, every year. He does a new grift, and there's, I guess, enough of his audience for new members who come in who are just like, oh shit, you got canceled by the woke. We got to help this guy.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the quartering. I wasn't sure I was going to go public about this, but it appears I have to now. Many of you know that I've got a lot of irons in the fire. You've heard me say, hey, I've got my mega mixology cookbook to help fund the new studio. Obviously it's a meme, but you all know I have my coffee company. Well, the coffee company.
Oh, yeah, about that. He apparently was sourcing the coffee beans from a company in Canada. I know, Canadian Communist Coffee. And apparently the owners, it was a women-owned business who were actually pro-LGBTQ+, even though he tried to start a coffee company where apparently the entire sales pitch is that it's just simply apolitical. He wanted to start an apolitical coffee company. And he's like, that's why it's coffee brand coffee. It's just for people who don't want to have to think about politics, don't want to have to think about all that kind of shit. And I mean, yeah, I think it's fair that some consumers are a little bit worried about where exactly their beans are being sourced, if they are helping conflict, if they are supporting genocide, if, they're supporting war crimes, exploitation, atrocities overseas, which is why I offer you an alternative.
Don't let this happen to you. Go to serfscoffee.com to order the only end-to-end owned indigenous coffee company that delivers blood-free, conflict-free, and cruelty-free beans right to your door. 0% of people who drink serfscoffee.com have exploded spontaneously. By ordering right now, you get 10% off plus free shipping, and it's the best way to enjoy delicious coffee while not exploding. That's serfscoffee.com, serfscoffee.com.
Company
I can be shameless.
Has also been expanding to take on Amazon to try and compete more with bigger names, and to hopefully by the end of the year be on the grocery shelves. And for the past 3 years, I've prided Coffee Brand Coffee on remaining completely apolitical, and that's literally why I called it that. Some people think the name is goofy. I get that.
you can't be like one of the biggest fucking anti-trans bigots on YouTube, like one of the largest accounts by both numbers and reach, and at the same time be like, and by the way, I also sell a variety of apolitical products. Yeah, but like if a fascist is selling shit and he's like, oh, well, these are non-fascistic products, it's still, yeah, but they're going towards benefiting a fascist. Ironically, in this case, at least a little bit of the money is going towards a woman-owned pro-LGBTQ plus coffee company, allegedly in Canada. But yeah, the fact that he's like, if you didn't know this, just about how, and this is not how, like, you know, there's multiple ways to go about trying to get a sponsored brand and a sponsored coffee brand out there. Or you can try to find a company that you like and you want to support, one that is like a worker co-op or one that might be women owned or indigenous owned. And then you can say, hey, by the way, can I help promote your product? That's different than there's thousands of options you can go to where they will simply put a label on whatever you want in terms of coffee mugs, frisbees, even dildos, and you just sell them yourself as if you are starting an industry, but you don't have to go through the trouble of starting up a coffee business. Someone else does that for you. We just basically print out the labels, you get a cut, maybe like 30% of a bag or whatever, and then we keep the rest, and then that's basically how they brand it. That's really different than I believed in something and I'm starting up a coffee company from scratch.
But it would have been easier for me to sell liberal tiers coffee or something like that. But I want my coffee to be on coffee shelves one day. There's a big difference between what I do and what most everyone else does. I don't drop ship my coffee. We roast our own special blends. We hand flavor our beans. We pack our orders. We ship our orders. We handle our customer service. We are not a drop ship outlet. We're a real coffee company. And
again, it's one of those things for Reddit, and the internet sleuths were pretty quick to discover that, in fact, it was being sourced from, allegedly, a Canadian women-owned pro-LGBTQ plus coffee company. But I digress.
Important time of year for us because we do so well for Mother's Day gift boxes, and we're trying to compete on Amazon. And I'm trying to build a new office. All of these things have stretched basically me to the absolute max. It was fine. You probably saw I was selling my Neo Geo collection.
Wait, bigger office? Do you mean a bigger home? Don't you broadcast from your own house? I think you do, because that's where the whole him getting wasted and deciding to stream from his basement where he was just like pissing himself the whole time comes from. Guys, I'm working so hard. I'm making so much money with my coffee company, but I'm also stretched thin. We're trying to build a new office. What are you talking about, like a fucking vacation home? To build another suite? A rental property? Oh, okay. Well, yes, your fans should definitely have to pay for that.
I'm selling my Nintendo collection. I'm selling all this stuff to help fund this stuff. And it's because I believe in the things that
By the way, he's made sacrifices as well. Don't you dare say that he didn't sacrifice, okay? He sold his Neo Geo system, a Super Nintendo. Wow. I'm just astonished that you get to hold on to a Neo Geo system, especially a catalog of games. Those are obscenely valuable. If it's an original one, if the games are in good condition, yeah, we're talking thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. As someone who has collected most video game systems but then had to sell them because it would just be like a leapfrog thing, I would buy Super Nintendo, buy all the games, then sell it all, and then try and buy like a 32X or a Sega CD, and then move on to the next one, and then get a Saturn and whatever. Holding on to it all, especially if you have the money to do a Neo Geo collection. Neo Geo specifically, that's like, it's one of the really expensive ones for good reason. Like the cartridges, they don't have load time because it was still the age of really super expensive cartridges, and so many good fighting game titles, not to mention the Metal Slug series. Like Neo Geo is just one of the greatest like console libraries of all time for arcade. I would say probably, in my personal assessment, the greatest arcade catalog of any different system. And you get to have the arcade games in your house. Very, very awesome system.
I'm doing. But now
just so
we
expensive.
hit a roadblock that I need to try and reach out and give you an understanding of why I could use some help. I can't confirm this for sure. But right now with Coffee Brand Coffee, we are basically completely vertically integrated. We roast our stuff, we pack our stuff, we print our own bags, things like that. The only thing that we were reliant on anyone else for was some of the boxes for our K-Cups and some of the procedures around that. it's our
Wait, you were growing the beans?
coffee, but we had someone else helping, put these boxes together so we could do all that. Well, apparently,
Because that's a pretty big thing to leave out when it comes to coffee. I mean, I would argue the biggest thing, possibly.
that person, I don't know this for sure, but I suspect it, saw my YouTube channel and didn't like my politics. And while we have a 20,000 K-cup order, basically decided to tell us, to pound sand, or I don't know what's going on. We haven't heard it.
Okay, hold on. So you're trying to pass off, again, to the fans that you are grifting, that you are making so much money in this coffee business. It's just a side hustle, by the way. This is not even his main business, but on his side hustle, he's making so much money that on this one specific order alone, he has 20,000 orders on wait, which, yeah, you are fucking doing numbers, my guy, if that's true. Well, at the same time, you are completely stretched thin. You're going broke. And this one little thing where one single person who supplies you with K-cups was like, oh, yeah, I saw your videos. You're not woke. And so I'm sorry, I can't do business with you. That is suddenly putting you in dire straits. That is like, everything's collapsing now. I can't believe we're so rich. We make so much money. But then I got canceled.
Anything. And, but we're going to save Mother's Day, and we're going to bring this last piece of the puzzle in-house. We're even getting a machine to make our own coffee scrub for the ladies and guys out there that want to, do it for skincare. But anyway, to help pay for it, we've done this one other time before. And what I did was I put together this very cool Founders Vault Pack. There's only 1,000 of them, and 200 of
This is $100? Oh, sorry, but it does include some treats. Freeze-dried strawberries. A light, crunchy snack. Hand-signed and numbered thank you card from Jeremy. Aw. Oh, you get a thank you card from Jeremy. Oh, I mean, that's worth $100 alone. A founder's coin. A collector's keepsake. A little plastic coin. Did you sit down with the supplier like, so like, what's the cheapest thing that I could possibly put in something that people will buy? Well, I mean, if you really just, like, if they love you, they adore you, I'm sure like a signed card would make them all excited, right? A little happy card.
them are already gone from my live stream earlier today. It includes our freeze-dried strawberries, which are not available anywhere else and will never be available as far as I'm planning anywhere else.
And like, that's wild, because I don't even know if you could get those like anywhere, period. Where do you find such a magical product? Like, that's what the astronauts have. They go into outer space. Freeze-dried food. Yeah. So you can have what tastes like fresh strawberries, except they're in a bag.
Keep me out of, hopefully out of debtor's jail or whatever. And if you don't like coffee, I still have my Mega Mixology cookbook, which I'll link in the description down below. It's a...
Oh my God, this is real? I thought it, I swear to God that he was saying something else when he was like, Mega Mixology, but it's Mega Mixology. And even a little JD Vance in the background there. He's got a little toy beach ball. Cool. So this is a book of booze that has, I guess, hey, I mean, if there's one thing the guy knows, if he's an expert in nothing else, certainly pissing himself in a basement. That's got to be one of his calling cards, right? So yeah, maybe there's a large market for a $55 limited edition. Oh, so this one's signed. Okay, so if you want the $35 one, you can get the pre-order for that, and then you'll get it. Definitely seems like the old projects in school where you can get them with the ring binders. And then, yeah, if you want him to sign it, it'll be $55.
Pre-order, that will be shipping around the end of April. Silky Ultra Dark Roast is really good. Our Zero's and Inflection. So it's literally the worst possible time with Mother's Day, only 2 months away.
Oh.
Like, our Mother's Day gift boxes keep us for the whole year. And if I don't buy this machine, get this stuff handled, get this equipment handled, or, we're going to miss that. And I just can't do it. I can't, I could find somebody else to make the boxes, but they're still going to be 5 or 6 weeks out. And then I could still run into the same problem later. So I think this is basically the last piece. We're actually moving into a new building where I'm going to make a storefront where people can walk in and get the coffee, which I think would be really awesome.
Experiments. If he wants to start a news organization at one point or another, one of those pledges and drives, and you guys will never believe this, I just got canceled by the woke again, and I'm shadow banned. Well, and then all of a sudden it turns out that his business was not being run really well, and they had to shut down his Sydney Watson news empire. And so, yeah, that one failed, but his coffee one has stood the test of time, and that has been open for, I guess, what, a year and a half, 2 years, maybe. So that's a business venture that all of you help fund, as long as you just keep on buying into this grift that he's continuously being canceled and destroyed by Antifa super soldiers for his beliefs and opinions, for his apolitical coffee. But this whole thing is just basically, how else do you get, I'm guessing this has a lot of views, right? So almost 200,000 views. How do you get 200,000 people to watch a 11-minute coffee ad for your coffee company? That's a tricky thing to do. Probably a lot more effective if you say woke leftists screwed me over and all my staff, and people suddenly think they're part of a cause, right? Like, no longer are you simply just being like, oh, okay, I support the quartering because, you know, I think he's funny or something like that. It's, oh, no, we got to do this because the woke left came after our boy. And the woke left is trying to cancel him. And apparently the only person who makes K-Cups and supplies them in totality in the United States, at least where he's capable of ordering them from, canceled him because he was, unfortunately, you know, not woke. So spend your own money now on extremely expensive freeze-dried strawberries and sign letters from him in order to, again, help his other business ventures so he can buy himself an $80,000 K-Cup machine. Well, sorry, he already bought it, so he doesn't get swamped in debt. That's the give you all a timeline, right? It's like, hey, I put it on my credit card. It costs $80,000. Oh boy, you know how bad like 20% interest is going to be on $80,000. It could tank us. It could destroy everything. Now's the only time that we have to save, you know, freedom, to stop cancel culture, to not 1984 us.
A nice chunk of it, and you know, once Mother's Day comes around, I'll be able to pay off all the rest of it. Or if we sell a bunch of Trump books, but those are supposed to be for the studio. So literally the worst time imaginable to have this happen.
Oh, sorry, Chatter. He is building the studio as well. Multiple things are happening at once. They all need funding, and you all need strawberries.
And you guys have all been so helpful and thoughtful and supportive with all my various endeavors over the years. Some of them worked, some of them didn't work. But the cost.
Exactly what I'm saying. Not everyone has this privilege, by the way. A lot of people, they have to kind of like live and die by their bad ideas. Like if someone is like, hey, by the way, I'm thinking of opening up a macaroon store. And you're like, I don't know in this city if that'll do really well. It's just kind of a bougie item. You know, I don't know if there's a huge demand for it. Nah, it's my calling. I make really good ones. I have to spend all my money on this. They don't get to just do that and then be like, oh, it failed. Oh, well, I'm still rich as fuck. They don't have like an audience that's going to be able to float them when it's like, you know, there was no other way. I just had to buy an $80,000 K-Cup manufacturing machine. I put it on my credit card though. Well, yeah, most people, that's bankruptcy. That's where they go bankrupt. That's where they have massive credit card debt that spirals them into perpetual bankruptcy.
Yeah, it's nice. I don't have anything like that. But you know, I know you've said some things about you know the Polish's opinions on minorities. So, speaking of the master race, we've got this story. I'm wondering how many cities are going to burn over this story. Yeah, I mean, what can be? I mean, look, I'm going to say some. I'm going to say some hard truths here.
Uh-oh.
First of all, obviously, not all black people. Obviously. I know a lot of great black people.
Always a start to one of the more racist things you'll hear a human being say, but
this is an obvious culture thing that keeps happening. It literally keeps happening. And when Scott Adams said what he said, and he lost his career over it, it's hard to argue with him.
The best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people. Just get the fuck away. You just have to escape.
Can I just say, by the way, to everyone who's been pushing this lie or believing a lie that people like the Quartering or Melanie Mack or Geeks and Gamers or all of the fucking culture warriors who spend all day going on about how trans ideology and wokeness are destroying video games and all that kind of shit, whenever they're called out for it and you're like, hey, by the way, I think it really sounds like you only hate this game because the protagonist is a black samurai. It's like, oh, no, this is, you always fucking drop the race card. You libs, identity politics this is not about race, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I'm not a racist, all right? This is just because I care now about historical accuracy, and feudal Japan is very important to me, and I know so much about feudal Japan. And then it's like, no, it is 100% about racism. Yeah, it is just they found new substitutes for the N-word that they can say on platforms where they normally get taken down for it. But it's the exact same shit, and their line of thinking doesn't change at all from what you'd hear on Stormfront. Like, he even did the whole, like, oh, well, I'm very, not all black people. I know some good ones. I'm friends with them. But, I mean, why does this keep happening? It's a culture thing for sure. And it's like, what keeps happening is that the majority of murders are usually within ethnic groups, as in white people kill the most amount of white people. Black people kill the most amount of black people. And it's just one of those things where when there are a story involving a black person killing a white person, suddenly it's like, oh my God, can you believe it? Can you believe that this keeps happening over and over again?
So that's what I did. I went to a neighborhood where, I have a very low black population.
It's really hard to argue with them now. Who are the conservative twins? They just tweeted like basically the same thing. Like, why would white people even ever be around black people anymore? Like, they're...
Are you talking about the Hodge twins? You don't even know their name? Is this Jeremy trying to get like, oh, don't worry, I do have black friends, all right? There's two conservative guys who validate all of the concerns and fears of white supremacists.
Living in fear. I don't hate black people, and I think that...
Oh, I was right. Look at that. Jeremy doing a little tokenization in real time.
Majority of black folks are great. But like, maybe if I'm going to a school, I'm not bussing in kids from the hood to compete in track tournaments against me. Maybe I'm just not doing that.
Yeah. So, by the way, this is just like the level of unhinged racism now, right? Like, again, the shit that you would hear Klan meetings is just the way they all talk. It's been a very, very clear and demonstrable pattern. You had Charlie Kirk, openly saying shit that, again, your racist uncle would feel ashamed to say at the fucking dinner table when he's just like, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know if I'd fly in a plane if the pilot was black. And you're like, what? Are you serious? You just said that out loud? That's I understand maybe that's a thought you have, but not one that you would openly feel okay to share. Shit, he's just saying it on his broadcast. This is just the way they're talking now. They're just going straight up fucking the plantation owner hour as everyone goes one after the other. Guys, come on. I know not all black people, but this keeps happening.
Well, there definitely is a crime epidemic surrounding the black population. A lot of people are very uncomfortable in talking about it, but it's the truth.
And so what Scott Adams basically said was like, just stay away. Like, I never viewed moving to the country as moving away from black people. I moved as moving away from the city.
Exactly.
There's no crime where I live.
Yeah.
And like, it's not because there are no blacks. It's because I'm not in the inner city or anywhere near it.
Yeah.
It's not like people get so offended when you want to talk about this stuff that they just immediately make it about race and they shut down.
You have been making it about race the entire time. All you've been saying is that, hey, everybody, I got to be honest with you. There's something wrong with their culture. They just keep murdering. They just keep killing people. It's the culture, I tell you. But, I mean, people want to tell you that we're racist. They want to make it about race. Can you believe they would do... You're doing that, right? You are making this very distinctly about race, my dude. That's all you've been talking about this whole time. And as soon as it's like, wow, shit, I need a little validation for this. Oh, yeah, I know. How about two conservatives who happen to be black? They'll validate my opinions here, so I'm not a racist. Ah, there we go. The Hodge twins.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. This video wouldn't be at all possible without the financial support of all the people whose names you see on the screen right now. And if you want to unlock secret bonus episodes, content that we can't post anywhere else, or get the videos early before anyone else gets to see them, please go on to patreon.com/theserfs. For as little as $1, you can help support this channel and help make more videos like this possible. Our executive producers are Anna Loves Riley, Adrian McCarthy, Bobby Lasers, Cheryl Alvarez, Comrade Junkie, Doug Caddy, Everything Important, Garrett Sandoval,
Hagbard Celine, Jimmy Sombrero, Multimondi, Omni, Political Papi, Preston Kroll, Quiet 185, Richard Boehm, Riley and Anna, Roller Dragon, Cernicus, Stellar Gwyn, Sebastian Demel, Tigwig, Trav, and Words Greenwood. And also, it wouldn't be possible without all the names you see on the screen right now. Again, if you want to help produce this content, it's only made possible through the funding of our patrons. Head on down to patreon.com/theserfs. That's patreon.com/theserfs.